Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. We got a new workshop again, and actually it's very timely for this one because this is some Ikoria workshop. Only two decks, but then again, these are these are the only these are pretty much the only two mechanics that are easy to build around. Giving keyword counters, not exactly a build around strategy. Companion is more of a deck building thing, so it's really focusing on mutate and cycle. I'll start with mutate. It is three colors, so at least we got the triumph to support. Though it's leaning heavily on green red. It's just splashing blue. Yeah, for something splashing blue, it pretty much wants you to mutate this. Well, we do get Brokos and this one we can keep mutating from the graveyard forever, so that's a nice thing. So what do we have here? 4 copies of Essence Symbiote, 2 copies of Boot Nippered, which is very very nice thing to mutate onto. Humble Nature's 4 copies, very good for hitting the mid to late game a lot earlier. Got some Mysterious Eggs and Adventurous Impulses. Well, Adventurous Impulse to draw into our next steps. Mysterious Egg, kind of a nice thing to mutate into, but let's see what our mutate payoffs. Okay, there's Trumpeting Ngar, which we can actually cast as a regular creature more often than not. It's actually a nice Trumpeting Ngar into, say, Insatiable Hemophage or Migratory Greathorn. Those are nice things to mutate into, so you can get the combo that easily. Or you can cast one of these guys, then mutate into it later because this is a bit more expensive. But we do get the 3/3 immediately. There's also Cavern Whisper. Okay, this is not the strongest one. Trumpeting Ngar is one of the stronger mutate cards. Insatiable Hemophage is okay. Wants you to stack. Dirge Bat, removal, always very good. You can also just flash this end of turn, then you can mutate it on end of opponent's turn, then mutate on your turn. Greathorn brings us closer to Brokos. Auspicious Starix looks very good. Chittering Harvester. Oh yeah, this would be very annoying. It's also quite good. And there's Titan Ape, which does not mutate, but it is a decent decent standalone finisher. Only for humans to note, so we might not necessarily be using the indestructible part quite a bit, but we'll see. And Archipelagor is here to finish the game out. Basically, this basically screws Combat Mat over. And otherwise, in terms of removal, there's the Dirge Bat I mentioned, but there's also the Chittering Harvesters. There's also 2 copies of Blood Curdle. There's a single Lead the Stampede. You kind of want to hit at least 2 creatures for this to be worth it, and preferably they're up on the curve line from the point you cast this. So there you go. Then we have the Vicious Cycle deck. So this is pretty much all cycling. 4 copies of Yidaro Wandering Monster. So that's pretty much the aim there. Also, Rooting Moloch. Okay, this one I misread from the very first time I played this. So basically, you exile a card, but you don't have to cast it immediately in that turn. It's kind of like Light Up the Stage. You get until the next turn. Then you also get the Winota combo. So for those who don't know, that's basically, if you notice, aside from the 4 Flourishing Foxes, everything else is pretty much, we got 4 Dranet Healers, 4 Valiant Rescuers, 4 Dranet Stingers. More often than not, we're going to be cycling these for 1 to set up our next turn. We got 3 Snare Tacticians to keep things at bay. We also have Prickly Marmoset to benefit off all the incessant cycling. But with all these humans, we kind of want to stick a beast or 2. So far it looks like the Marmoset and Broodmoth are the mid game beasts. So we might not be using Winota quite a lot, and Winota only tutors humans, so we'll only be getting one of these. So this is not exactly the kind of deck for Winota. I've heard that most people are doing this with Jeskai, in particular, a certain Agent of Treachery. And also but it's also a good decent setup for Tasa, I guess. As for removal, Zenith Flare, this one's any target, so this actually can act as a finisher. We also got 2 copies of Blade Banish for if our opponent decides to go really high. There's a single Weaponize the Monsters. I guess if we cast a lot of these early, and we can just convert them to late game damage. Also, Fire Prophecy, early removal, also kind of a cycler. How many lands do we have, actually, now you mention it? Well, take note. All these cyclers, and we're still running 23 lands. Well, then again, I guess Yudaro's a 7 drop, so there's a reason for that. So we'll try these out. I'm going to try the Vicious Cycle deck first, because that's, well, if you've been watching my previous draft videos, heck, even the sealed video, I've been testing out cycling a lot more than I should probably. If next time I do a draft, I really want to do green X mutate, probably green black or green blue, or I want to do white black humans. Okay, it can splash red a little bit there. I want to go big on that one. My very first draft, the green red one, it kind of hedged on both. I really should be choosing one. Then again, I didn't really have much support for cycling. I should have just gone mutate, I guess. So this one's actually a good start. Turn 1 Flourishing Fox, turn 2 Valiant Rescuer. Let's not cycle that immediately. I want to get the payoffs first, then start cycling. So we also have to be very careful where we click. So that said, okay, when I place. So our opponent could end up with, say, okay, no, place tap land, so we get in for a bit. Unfortunately, Snare Tactician's not going to be cast for quite a while. I'm going to cycle, see if I can dig. This costs 2s, but I want to still see if I can dig for a land. Nope, we did not find the land, so we are officially in trouble. This has always been my feeling when I play the cycling deck. I'm always in trouble at one point or another. Now, we know our opponent's 3 drop is Trumpeting Gnar, so we can hit with Valiant Rescuer. We actually have options here. I can play Weaponize the monsters, swing with the board, then trade off the token and whatever this guy blocks, or maybe not if our opponent doesn't block. Because my concern is he's gonna start mutating on this, so actually playing this is probably a mistake. I should have just swung first. And as you can see, I should have swung first. Our opponent would have been caught by surprise, I guess. So now, knocking on wood, we hit with Blade Banish. Well, it's a shame we don't have. So opponent goes Migratory Great Horn. Blade Banish is not gonna hit that. It won't hit the 3/3 creature either. So what we get, if our opponent decides to swing, we get to do the same thing again. Goodness. Yes, for all those who are saying that using cycling as a strategy for cutting lands, okay, we got the cut we need now. We don't have any cyclers anymore. Okay, let's do the math here. I could swing with these guys first, then weaponize to get rid. Okay, got those blocks. So since this one is not gonna matter, I'm going to. Yeah, this is an instant. We stand a chance on this one. Okay. I'm gonna just make that trade right now. Place Marmoset will still get through. I'm gonna play Snare Tactician. Because if our opponent mutates onto this, there will be another creature. Opponent's already hit 6 lands. Yeah, we're a long way off here. Opponent mutates a Trumpeting Gnar onto a Trumpeting Gnar, so now we got 2 tokens to worry about. And our opponent still gets a basic land. Nope, not great. Okay, there's a Yidaro. Kind of have to do it now. So we'll tap this down. Let's hope we draw into another Yidaro. Nope, but we did draw into a Dranit Stinger, so I'm gonna cycle that now. Tap this token. Basically, I want to convince our opponent to... How many cyclers do we have? Only 3, so this will only deal 3 damage. It's good enough to deal with one of these. Basically, I want to convince our opponent to... Okay, that did not work. But technically, we can sack these 2, bring our opponent down to 1. So it's a question if our opponent can off us... Well, our opponent... Well, he can swing with everything, and then we'll... So we need to... Yeah, we have to do quite a bit of math here. Opponent mutates on the Dirge Bat, so he will snipe the Flourishing Fox, so... Let's do damage here. Well, it's actually cycling though, so... Makes more beasts, cycles. So we're 1 damage off. The life gain cycler is in white. No, the life gain mutate is in white. So I'm actually going to... Yes, we have to do the math here. This is an instant, so no blocks. Okay. I can cycle, pray for a land. I'm just gonna Zenith Flare right now. So let's do the math. 3. This is 15. So that's a Shuma. Our opponent could have put... Wait. Dirge Bat's a 4-4, right? Is there a way to see the other creatures? Okay, there's an archipelago. Oh, no. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 15. Okay, that's exact. That's... Yeah, very close. If I had drawn one more land... Yeah, if I had drawn one more land, I would have cycled Dranit and gone for this one. I could have also held this an instant, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16... Yeah, we would have survived one. Oh well. Yeah, so I kind of got a bit antsy in that one. So let's give that one another shot. No, the other... No, I'm guessing, yeah, if you get the payoffs, play them first. Cycle when you must, but don't cycle just because you can. Well, at least we got options here. Also got Fire Prophecy if we have to. So definitely keeping this. I'm keeping a lot of two-land hands, so we need to be careful with that. I definitely want to cycle Yidaro first. We'll see. If we draw into Flourishing Fox, we can play this tap. Okay, none of these tap. You know what? I'm gonna play the Mountain Pass. We're knocking on wood that our opponent, yeah. I was hoping it's the... So what card do we put in the library? Can I put the Moloch back first? Okay, Wanderer's Enclave. And we got Prickly Marmoset. I'm actually gonna probably just play the Marmoset first. Note, Fire Prophecy is kind of like a virtual cycler. It's not a real cycler. So Zenith Flare right now does nothing. Opponent has the mana for... Is he? Our opponent has the mana for the Gnar. Generally, it's if you can play it, you should play it. I only have 2 copies of Fire Prophecy and... There's a Humble Nature, so... And a Mysterious Egg. Okay, this is interesting. I actually want... Okay, I'm actually gonna hit first. Because I know our opponent is about to... Then we play Snare Tactician, so... Whatever... So if our opponent mutates into here, we'll probably take... We take one hit, I guess. Then we start cycling these off. So let's verify. A bottom of our deck, yeah, it's Muting Moloch. Yeah, opponent's gonna Migratory Great Horn up. Yeah, he's gonna swing because if I cycle it, it just takes it out of. So let's cycle this first. So we're definitely tapping down the Naturist. Now this gives me choices. I can either I can upkeep tap the Naturist, but most of his. I guess it depends what I draw. Flourishing Fox. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna... Okay, we can only do this to 1. We know Dirge Bat is 6, so I want to force him off of that, so... Let's cycle the Fox, I guess. Cycle the Fox basically is also another way of saying hope we draw into another wonder. Hope we draw into another one mana cycler, which is very possible. There are like what 3 more of these and the other 4. Okay, we drew a land, so that's a nope. Can turn that off now. Okay, if I play Rooting Moloch, I get to also play the Flourishing Fox, so I guess that's one way around it. But there is some tension here. Do I save the Z? Okay, opponent now has a 5/6. Yeah, there's also a bit tension here. Well, I guess you can use this offensively, so it's not too bad. So that'll depend what we draw. Okay, it's a 5/6. We can't go for blood. I can play this just to chump block this. Let's cycle first. It's tree and tap, so yeah, it's really painful card draw. Okay, that's not going so well. But does not he get go for blood again? So I'm gonna swing with the Marmoset, leave up an additional blocker. Opponent now has... He's missing... Well... Okay. This one's only good for casting creature... Well, Archipelagor is a creature. Yeah, so he can... Archipelagor to tap stuff down. Opponent's been going tall. Ooh! Okay, so I need to block. And yeah, I'm gonna sack this. It doesn't matter what I sack because I have to block with the other one. So we need to do a check. 1. And I can't. And I have to cast this regular. I can't cycle this. we kind of got flooded there. Is this death touch? Yes, death touch. So that just gets in the. Yeah, the Zenith Flare seems to be kind of working okay. Okay, 9. I'm gonna swing with this, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm. Yeah. One's playing Essence. Okay. Yeah, good thing. Okay, so let's try out the mutate deck for now. No. That's awfully weird. No, it's not. It's not weird. It's just how do you say this? Yeah, we have to be careful of the 3 mana payoffs because they themselves do not help cycling. The other guys at least help cycling, so that they are a lot better. And there's also a bit of tension, like if. Okay, so definitely want to play Nature's turn 2. Nature's turn 2, Symbiote, Boot Nipper, then Men. Okay, so we're gonna go a bit wide first. I'm gonna be somewhat annoyed if it turns out that it's not that the problem's really the pilot. We'll also be very thankful that the blue does not the blue does not really come in until super late, so there's no rush on that one. Okay, so yeah, turn 2 hunt Naturist, turn 3. Yeah, there's no board wipes here. If any, it also tells us that yeah, I'm already missing Triumphant Surge that looked at toughness. That was more likely to hit. Okay, so I'm gonna go S Symbiote Boot Nipper. And then it goes Valiant Rescue. Let's put we have another one, so I'm gonna put Lifelink first. And one other thing to note is I'm probably gonna just I don't need this one to grow. I could just grow the Boot Nipper instead. That's just fine too. I have to just be careful if our opponent. Okay, good. He cycled 2, so there's no Fire Prophecy coming. Also feels like, yeah, that's very aggressive. Oh, take note. When you cycle the first time each turn. Okay, so I'm gonna play this tap because I'm gonna tap that. Fact. Let's mutate first. So definitely want Cavern Whisper on top. So that's a 5/5 opponent discards a card. Yeah, Valiant Rescuer. Take note, it's first time each turn, so our opponent did not have to cycle this then. In fact, it's a bit of a trap to cycle on. You can cycle on your opponent's turn. So you can. The only time you'd cycle on your turn is if you have the guy that taps down stuff. You might need it for an attack. And next turn, no cycling, no. But we can now put that touch on this guy. Did our opponent just time out? Oh no, discarded the land. You know what? I'm gonna play the regular land. I don't particularly need the blue. I don't particularly need the blue mana quite yet. I actually still have blue mana here. So this one's actually still vulnerable to removal. That's probably the only caveat of this. But I did gain fine life, forced our opponent to discard a card. It's there. Snare Tactician. Weaponize the monsters. Okay, so he has 6 points of damage. He's going aggro. Although... No, he's not going aggro, he's going tilt. Okay, so we won that game. So I have to thank our opponent for that. It's not really all our doing. So... and 500 gold. Yeah, so we're just a little bit more. But... you know what? I'm gonna... yeah, let's play one more with the new mutations deck. Then I'll go back to the vicious cycling deck. Vicious cycle deck. If I still can't win with that vicious cycle deck, and that's a lot of 4-offs, I probably should stop bothering with the cycle strategy. Or at least I should try to find a way to keep practicing it without spending 10,000 gold each time. Maybe I could easily... no, it takes me a while to get 10,000 gold. So that might not even be realistic. Okay, so... okay, we have an interesting one. Definitely playing this first. I'm definitely keeping this. So I need to... because we can Essence Symbiote... is there a rush for me to mutate this? No, I actually want to... I'm thinking that playing the Naturist is always the more correct play. This Flourishing Fox. I'm gonna play the Naturist, because that actually gives me an egg. That actually gives me the egg and the Great Horn. Then I can take my time to play Essence Symbiote, then do the Starix on something else. I'm trying to avoid stacking everything as much as getting these triggers is nice. Okay, let's assume this is a virtual tree, so definitely not blocking, not attacking. In fact, I can opt to play the Symbiote. Yeah, I'm actually gonna play the Symbiote first. Our opponent leaving up 2 mana, awfully suspicious. Suggests presence of the fire prop. Okay, so this is much more correct. Cycle when you have to. So like, if I had swung with the Naturist, he could have cycled 2-1. 2 once and taken this out. No, actually, they've been awfully... there are no pump effects for... the mutate's essentially the pump effect. So also, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have to mutate with Great Horn first, then mutate with Starix after. Again, remember that we don't have to mutate on this one, but we need to keep that as an option because... okay, opponent going aggro. He did just play his 3rd land drop, so... yeah, I think he's going for that. Okay, there's a go for block. Now, if he swings with that, I still wouldn't have traded with nature. Okay, so... Jungle Hollow. Then mutate. No hard cast. Definitely over. Yeah, let's get the island. Let's swing with both so that I don't... I kind of want to tempt our opponent. Ooh, that was a mistake. Yeah. Okay. I should... Yeah, that was a mistake. I thought this guy attacked. I forgot then. I thought he attacked. Then again... Yeah, again he would. Okay, so... If our opponent had... Knocking on wood, our opponent doesn't have to fort. And even then, it's no guarantee because... Say I stacked on Snare Tactician. Okay. Plays a land. It's tapped. We will have a decision if I draw something that's... Lead the Stampede. You know what? Because we gotta lead the Stampede next one. Over. Yeah, we got 3 black sources and say there. Ooh, nice. Yeah, we got quite lucky. We did not hit we got lucky we did not hit lands. It's actually very possible to hit lands there. Opponent is going to chump block. He needs to decide with which. How many? Also, you have to check. Oh, it's only 2. He's only cycled. He cycled 3 times. Yeah, that's okay. That's the weird thing. It's as if there aren't that many payoffs. But anyway, lead the Stampede. Knock on wood for another cycler. I'm gonna tap all the green for that because no, Dirgebat is a 6 mana, so opponent played. Okay, opponent has a payoff. I'm gonna play this first. Let's assume that he has 2 1/1 cycles, so he gets to tap 2 things down. If we find a good cycler, I'm putting it on Chittering Harvester. We need to start paring down our opponent's board. So, knock knock, hope. Reveal any number of creature cards. Yeah, and this is a one-off. Actually, it's looking like 1 is the correct number. Adventurous Impulse is cheaper, so I guess that's why. It's not like we're running Golden Geese here or anything. In fact, this is essentially block constructed. So yeah, it's looking... Okay, now here comes the question. Okay, 4 out of 5. Okay, that's a bit obscene. So, let's see. Okay. Not gonna put all our eggs in one basket. So, definitely under. Opponent has to sack a creature. We get swamped this time. Yeah, cycles. Okay, he only has 1 cycler, so he's probably gonna tap this down. Which makes sense. Gets a 4/4. He sacks this. If I send this to attack, probably a bad idea. But at least I don't have to worry about it getting tapped down anymore, so yeah. So no attacks, we can skip that turn. Our opponent's gonna need to cycle Yidaro 3 more times for us to worry about it, and even then we do have an answer. Opponent has Flourishing Fox again. Let's assume these are all okay, he's playing it now. Which kind of makes sense. It's not... Which means he's gonna swing with this, that's fine. So he's down to 2 more virtual cyclers. So this could be a 7/7, this could be a 4/4, this could be 8 damage. We might have to block with Great Horn. Okay, so yeah, still 2 virtual cyclers. He's gonna pass. Oh, this is actually a bit of a non-bow. I have to choose targets first. Oh wait, so I have to stack triggers carefully. So let's see how many mana is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so mutate onto this guy. Now we have to mutate on these two because that's... I would have supposed that instead of the 4... Okay, so definitely under. We will get multiple triggers. We have to stack them carefully. So search, destroy, sacrifice. Okay, that's correct. So we're gonna destroy the 5/5. Get a land. And our opponent can actually see this insatiable Hemophage, so... Probably sacks the Fox. Oh no, sacks the Marmoset, so can only be 4/4 at most. Let's check these. +1/+1, put a basic land. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's how dirty the mutate can be. The cycling deck needs more efficient removal. The Flame Spill would be great. Go for Blood is okay. Yeah, no, Go for Blood is okay, but most of it's only good for taking out the early ones. Okay, we'll do Vicious Cycle one more time. We'll see if we can get it to work. Yeah, it wanted Flame Spills. It wanted the 1 mana where even if you have to tap a creature, that kind of removal. It wants the cheap one. Zenith Flare is a finisher, yes. But it wants that over the other one. This deck does not need Winota. And you have to... So definitely want to play these out. Play Valiant Rescuer. Okay, drew a land, so we don't have to pay life immediately. But yeah, we have to go wide. Yeah, the go wide card would have been perfect here, actually. Also interesting, I can just choose to play this one again, then cycle this one. So no blocks. The opponent went with... Yeah, lifelink, that's correct. If it's early game, go with lifelink. If it's late game, go with Death Touch. I don't have removal. But... Okay, play Valiant Rescuer first. We're not gonna cycle because we actually want these to go off. And... Again, if we don't have to cycle, don't. Opponent plays Great Horn, so it'll be a big 3/4. We 3/4. 3/4. We might have to chump block with the token. We might have to chump block with a token and a rescuer, but it at least gets rid of it. So that's our plan. Get 2 tokens off from the equation. Then another Valiant Rescuer, so... Well, opponent still gains quite a bit of life, but we get... But that's one situation, less situation to worry about. Yeah, definitely paying 2 here. Holding this back because so far no trample. Also, no beasts yet, so Winota's just going to be a 4/4/4/4. It's very interesting, but... Yeah, we don't have the payoff quite yet. Also, you have to be very careful. We just ran out of cyclers. Please, cool. So probably fight the... Ooh, this is gonna be nasty. So we're gonna cycle. Let's get the payoff now. So we can't... okay, now just flooding on lands. Opponent can't attack with this yet, so that's a problem. Yeah. I guess we're about to lose to the one card that is not... Okay, Gunner. Okay, because we got another Yidaro, I'm gonna cycle once now. I probably should not have played this land. I might have got... Got another Yidaro, so we'll save that. Okay, no, that just goes in for 1 damage. We'll pass. We'll make our opponent attack. When it attacks, destroy target of enchantment. Okay, so that's... So we're about 2 away, and we know we're 1 away. Sure. Nice thing is, it has menace, but we have to mass block anyway, so it's gonna eat all our tokens. I guess we have to. We have to make... Okay, another land, but hold on. This is gonna be... Okay, this is gonna be hard on the interface. Yeah. It goes to the left first, then it goes to the right. That's a weird quirk. But we get to take out another menace creature, but we're now down to 10. Okay. So we're playing Minota. I'm gonna go in. See if we can catch our opponent unawares. Also note that this is pretty much gonna be a 7-6. Our opponent... Blood Curdle for the menace counter on target creature. Okay. I should have held this back. So we're gonna take... Oh no, it wouldn't matter. It has a menace counter now. So we might lose just because of that. Okay, there's a Moloch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to play this. Then... Yeah, we're buying back Valiant Rescuer. We're holding everything back. One is down to 3 cards, but... Okay, down to 2 cards, but we're just 1 bad mutate away from getting us killed. Okay, thankfully... It's just menace. Okay, doesn't matter. I need to spend both to sack anyway. Probably, though I don't think our opponent's gonna attack at this point. One is thinking about, okay, he didn't block, but doesn't matter. I have to cycle first anyway, because if I want to get tokens to block with it. Get my 8-8. Get a Blade Banish. Ooh. Did I just hear someone say get a Blade Banish? And hey, I managed to get 1 Yidaro. There's one. Oh, opponent did flood out. Okay, that's a Hemophage, so... And he taps out. Didn't know I had the Fire Prophecy, but we'll leave it at that. Whew! So we did finally win, although... Yeah, so the trick is really... If you have a very good mutate setup, don't just trade it willy-nilly. So it's very clear. You want Valiant Rescuer the most. Everyone else is literally just there for the cycling one. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Let us know which of these 2 you would prefer going forward. Let's say we hit the rotation. There are no more Shocklands. It's just Eldraine onwards. Now, I know Eldraine was mighty powerful, but it did get some it did need some support from earlier, and we can't say that Ikoria is not powerful in its own right. So which of these two are you more happy to build around with? Let us know in the comments. And again, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great day.